We figure it's his call in that particular situation. That's Irvin's first catch of the half, his 6th of the game. They give it to Smith. He gets bottled up after a short game. That's going to stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And then 1 timeout remaining for the Eagles. 2 minutes to go, 23-17 Dallas. And back we come after this message from the National Football League. Coming up, 2 minutes to go, Cowboys up by 6.
Or slap it out of somebody's hands. That's what they're all talking about. And of course, that's what Dallas is talking about. Andre Waters. Interesting couple of years for Andre. Broke the fibula in his leg and had an infection, a terrible infection, and they ultimately had to cut off about an inch of one of his toes. Still out there hammering on people.
2nd down and 8 at the 43-yard line. With the win, the Cowboys would stay a game back of the Giants. And again, the Giants and Cowboys meet on the final day of the season. If they wind up in a tie, which would mean Dallas would have to beat the Giants, Dallas is in the tiebreaker by virtue of 2 wins against them. Here is Emmitt Smith. He is stopped. Now the Eagles should take, let's see, do they take a timeout here? They do. They do. They wasted a couple of seconds. They could have had it a little bit earlier.
Boy, good play there by Seth Joyner. Takes on the lead block of Jay Novacek, drives him back, and makes the tackle. You don't see that very often.
He may have lost the ball for a second.
I think that's what Seth Joyner was jumping up and down about, that he thought maybe he had a chance to get the football.
And Andre Waters is giving some lift to somebody, and Clyde Simmons is saying, stay in the game, pal. Come on.
There's the play by, oh, and you're right, look at the football came out and bounced right back to Emmitt Smith. That's the 2nd time today that a ball has gotten away from Emmitt Smith and bounces right back to him. No wonder Joyner's so upset about that.
I think Joyner knocked it out of there.
Oh, Joyner did everything on that play. This has been, we have seen some very, very fortunate bounces of the football tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. That goes, just in the list I'm keeping, that's number 5 for me in keeping track. I mean, 2 interceptions that could have been but weren't, dropped by the Eagles. 2 fumbles by Emmitt Smith that both bounced right back to him. And Kevin Williams muffs the punt and has the ball bounce back to us.
Everyone's got an entitlement. We ought to have the Deerdorf list.
And you know what? It's amazing. I didn't even write that down. But I did guess that it was the Jets and it was the Patriots. So that just gets me back to even.
All right, 3rd down and 8. A first down will end this game effectively. If Dallas can get it, Aikman's going to the air. Flush. Slides down at the 44. That means the Eagles are going to get the ball back. From the 44, they'll take as much time as they can off the clock, but then Jets going to have to punt it. And the Eagles are going to have to move downfield and score a touchdown without a timeout.
Be about 1 minute left when we get down to the point where Dallas actually has to snap this football, about 1 minute and 2 seconds.
So Jet to kick. The line of scrimmage is the 43. Sikahema back to accept it.
Jet will just watch the play clock. He'll take it right on down before he makes the snapping signal to the center. There you go.
There it is. Good utilization of the clock.
Oh, what a beauty.
Sikahema, well, he thought about calling for a fair catch and then decides to run it back, and the Cowboys had other ideas. Brock Marion stops him at the 11th, so they're going to have to go 89 yards in 55 seconds with no timeouts.
And without
Randall to make the big play.
And without Randall Cunningham and without Fred Barnett.
That's a little choice here by Sikahema. He made a half a fair catch. He said, well, one way to make a big play is to return a punt. Cowboys said no.
Well, I'm not sure that Cunningham and Barnett could do it. I'm not sure Van Brocklin and Tommy McDonald could do it. But we'll see if Brister and the gang can do it from the 11-yard line.
How about Ron Jaworski and Mike Quick?
They could do it. The catch is made over the middle. That's Young. He's to the 18. 2nd and 3, but that's barely consequential here.
How about Harold Carmichael? Maybe he could do it.
Yep.
How about Tittle and Shopton?
Wrong team.
Oh,
We knew you'd get around to the Giants sooner or later.
same division.
Whistler on 2nd down, throws, and it's intercepted by Bill Bates.
And Bubby has to make the tackle to end the ball game. To no one's surprise, there's jawing taking place over on the sideline. It was not easy for the Dallas Cowboys. I think most people, the odds makers included, thought it was going to be a lot easier.
Hey, it might send a message to Minnesota, the Jets, and Washington, and the Giants that the Cowboys are not back to where they were a year ago.
And I'll tell you something else it says about Richie Kotite's ball club. This team's got a lot of fight in it. They are crippled, maimed, and in most of the games they've played this year, not the talent level of their opponents, and yet they fight, they stay in the games, they scrap. If you think good things come out of fighting your way through adversity, that may be the case in the future for the Philadelphia Eagles, who pretty much effectively see their playoff hopes disappear with this loss here tonight.
Boy, and did Bubby Brister take a pound.
As he does week after week, and just bounces back, and they'll bounce back next week against Buffalo at Veterans Stadium, and then wrap it up at Indy with New Orleans as Jerry Jones accepts congratulations, and then we'll see Philly again on closing night this year at San Francisco, and they hope to have Cunningham back for that game, or perhaps before. So tonight, the Dallas Cowboys go to 8-4 as they beat the Eagles 23-17. We go to Miami next week for Pittsburgh against the Dolphins. Still in Al Michaels, Frank Gifford, Dan Deerdorf saying good night from Irving, Texas.
Saturday on ABC Sports, our country's finest skaters compete in the 18